Hello, sorry for those of you that tried to watch the first one and had it freeze. We're going to try this again and see if we can make it work a little bit better this time and a little less blurry, because when I tried to watch the part that did actually upload, it was pretty blurry, so sorry for that. As I mentioned earlier, I am in a different car, so it's kind of just an awkward angle in the first place, so forgive me for that. And I'm getting used to like I don't even know if I know how to turn the heat or the fan off at this point, so my hair is blowing in the wind like Beyonce will say. I literally have to take my car in for an oil change at least every other month, just because I drive so many miles. I did that working for Cairo One. I'm sure that is not going to change. It may even increase now that I'm doing real estate. And so I wanted to come on an update because I've had a few people asking questions like, what have you been up to? How's it going? Are you training? Are you ready to sell homes? Things like that. And so clearly I've not been doing a very good job of keeping you updated on my journey, as has been the goal from the beginning. So drop the ball, sorry, but we're going to pick that up and keep rolling. So as far as am I still training? Yes. Training is pretty much an ongoing process in this industry. It is especially weighted heavily in the very, very beginning, meaning the first like couple of months or so. Like, I do more training than I do anything else right now. Some of it is because I started in the middle of a training class in session 5 of 10, and so there's a little bit of doubling up there. There's also learning the MLS so that I can get out and start doing open homes and things like that. And then there is just really learning all the new like systems and just everything, policies and procedures, things like that. And so today, so far, I have already done 2 MLS classes. I am about to go into another one, and that is pretty much my day-to-day. And so, am I ready to sell homes? Of course I am. I'm absolutely 100% ready to help you find your dream home. And so, if you're ready or you know somebody, yes, you can absolutely reach out. However, in the beginning, we have this really awesome, I'll call it a mentoring program. I think it's actually called a certified trainer program, if I remember correctly, where we have people who've been doing this a lot longer than I have that'll actually come out and do it with me, just to make sure that we get that perfect client experience and the just kind of the impression that we would want people to have, even from the beginning while I'm very, very brand new. John Green is very, very super focused on creating the best possible client experience. In fact, the whole mission or motto or slogan or whatever you want to call it is a better way, meaning that there's just a better way to do real estate. It isn't just a business transaction. This is somebody's home and somebody's dreams and somebody's biggest financial asset for most people that we're helping you find. And so it's all about me learning how to do that. And in that process, I'm so lucky to have so much support to make sure that even while I don't know how just yet to do that start to finish myself, part of me learning is having that support of people who've been doing it for a really long time to come do it with me and kind of hold my hand through that process. So we are ready. We are not just ready. We're ready to give you still the best experience, even though I am brand new. I was talking to the training manager earlier this morning, and I was telling her, I was like, can't you just like download all this information in my head so I can have the time that I'm spending on training back to go out and do the fun stuff, the meeting people, the actually showing homes and getting people into their dream home, and just that whole, like, I just can't. I'm so excited to be creating that experience with people and be a part of that memory with them and a part of their family in that way. And her answer to me was, I told you from the beginning, you better get comfortable with being uncomfortable, because you're going to be uncomfortable for a really long time. And for somebody like me who's really driven, I like to kind of know everything. I like to be on top of my stuff. I also really like to be the best at what I do. And I am none of those things in this new boat that I just hopped into, which is really kind of interesting. You know, coming from a job where I was training, I was in a leadership position, I, really knew my stuff, and I was definitely one of the best at what I did. And so I'm going into something completely new that I'm so excited to be doing, but I am definitely not the best at it yet. I still have a ton to learn. I have zero control, and I'm surrounded by complete uncertainty, which is hysterical, because that is like my least favorite thing in the world, is to be uncertain. I really like to plan things out, know what's coming, and to a degree, this job's always going to have a lot of uncertainty, which my old one didn't too. But you learn where to expect uncertainty, and you learn what you do have control over, and you and you're, you know, like at some point you're not navigating through a completely brand new scenario and figuring out how to piece together different things in the schedule. And there's just so much that gets pieced together when you're learning something completely brand new like this, which is being self-employed. You just have so much more control over everything, and therefore that means more choices, more options, more learning, which is a lot of fun, really. And so I told her after she said that, I was like, I could not be more excited to have tomorrow. Tomorrow I get to speak 4 times for Chiro One, which is awesome. It means 4 times I get to go out and share my story of how chiropractic changed my life and help motivate people into making that decision for themselves, I hope. And so hopefully lots and lots of people tomorrow. I mean, realistically, it could be, I mean, if I'm speaking 4 times, it could be 100 people that I get to change lives for tomorrow. But the cool thing about it, in addition to that, that would be the coolest part, is changing 100 lives. However, I'm also super excited about being in a place of certainty where I am a little more familiar with what to expect, and where I know I'm really good at what I do, and I know I'm one of the best at what I do. And my story is my story. If I mess it up, it's only because, I don't know, because I looked silly or got clumsy or something like that. But you learn to be comfortable with that too, because that's kind of just the story of my life. And so it'll be super, super fun to be somewhere that I'm more familiar with and comfortable. And yeah, I don't know. I think that's kind of all I had to share today. And I think Sam's laughing at me. That is funny because she gets it. Sam, I read something earlier and it totally just reminded me of you, and I could like see your face as I was reading it, like that you would be making. Anyway, glad everyone was able to hop on. Glad to be able to update you. I am super excited to be a full-time realtor officially, and I'm working part-time, like I said, at Chiro One still. And sorry I had to post this video twice. It just didn't really work out the first time. So I hope you all have a great day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.